Well, come on in. Take a seat. I get the middle spot. Come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Someone likes my singing. That makes one person in the world. Not even a freaking person. Person's a person, no matter how small. Q&A. What's up? I haven't done a Q&A in a quick hot second, so I asked Instagram for questions. I feel like Twitter knows me. Twitter gets me. Twitter, while I don't use it as much anymore, still knows my soul and entity. Instagram, I have some questions. A lot had to do with marriage, babies, and getting a third dog, all which I've answered 20,000 times. So let's see what else you asked. We're not getting a third dog. 2 is a lot. Let's just jump right into it. Can you tell us the stories of how you got your dogs? I did see a lot of people ask this. I guess I haven't talked about it recently, but I did explain it when it did happen. Blaze was born in a shelter in San Diego area. His mama gave birth. The shelter immediately killed the mom and was about to kill him and all of his siblings when one of the shelter workers called a rescue place. I think it's Labs and Friends. And they said, like, we have 5 puppies that are a day old. They're about to be murdered. Save them. So the rescue place went and got them, and then he was raised for a few weeks in someone's garage, and then I got him. So that's how we got him. And then Snoop we got from a shelter in LA. We went in and we were just like, this is the size, the gender, and the play style we want. And they said, okay. And I said, I already have a pet. And they said, oh, okay, yeah, you can have whatever you want, take them all. So we got him. He was found on the streets as a puppy, I believe. He was tossed around from shelter to shelter, rescued once. In the November of 2018, someone adopted him and then returned him in December. So he was adopted for 1 month in 2018, and they gave him back because they said he wasn't house trained and that he destroyed stuff. He has not had a single accident in the house, and he chewed up 1 doorstop, I believe. So those people were lying or just terrible owners. But that's how I got my dogs. Him from a rescue in San Diego, and Snoop just straight from the shelter. And now they're here forever, sucker. When did you and Colleen become friends and not just sisters? Ugh. She hated me. Most of you know, I loved Colleen since being taken from my mother's body, but Colleen hated, she despised me. And then when she went off to college, then randomly, she was like, oh, Rachel's cool. And I was like, I'm aware, I know this. So when Colleen went off to college, then when she started like visiting, she realized I was chill. Then we became friends. So sometimes it's just time. It's not like a Full House end of an episode moment where you're like piano softly playing and then come to this realization and become best friends after a fight. No, just took time and distance. That's how life is sometimes. If you decided not to be vegan anymore, where would you go to get chicken nuggets? Why would I get chicken nuggets? Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only food that would make me stop being vegan is like that delicious, nasty, amazing Mexican food. Like you go and they give you like a plate for 3 people and it's just for you, and it's just like everything smothered in cheese and sauce, and it's just delicious. Like, Mexican food. That's what would make me not go vegan. Screw chicken nuggets. I don't think I'd ever eat a chicken nugget again, even if I wasn't vegan. Like, that's just, what a lame food to want to eat. Of all the foods in the world, you want to eat a chicken nugget? No. Oh, but also real Italian food. Real Mexican food and real Italian food. Oh, that's some good food. See, the thing is, like, Chinese food, it's really easy to make vegan. Same with Indian food. And American food, what's that? Hot dogs? Vegan dogs are fine. Who cares? It's about the ketchup and the mustard, really. Mexican food and the Italian food, man. I miss a meat lasagna, like a deep grandma-made meat lasagna, and like one of those big plates of like a smothered enchilada or a wet burrito with just rice and beans all over the place. Screw your chicken nugget. Have you done the Myers-Briggs test before? I would love to know what personality type you are. Have I done that before? Test takes less than 12 minutes. I'm gonna take this because you guys don't need to see me take a test. I did an intelligence video, you guys didn't like it, so we won't put you through that again. But I'm gonna do this and then I'll tell you what it says that I am. Not to flex, but that only took me like 5 minutes, so. It says I'm an adventurer. I'm 51% introverted. I would say that's correct. I'm a balance of in between introvert and extrovert. Like I can rock a party party, but I'm totally fine chilling with just like one person or by myself for a minute. Like after a long, hard day, I want to like take a breath, play a phone game, watch a TV show, but I can definitely go out and be around people constantly. I feel like I'm a very good middle ground. I used to be just extrovert. I could never live alone. I just could never do it. I'm terrible at it. I need a human being in existence around me. I don't like being lonely, but I'm chill just like being calm. That took me a while to get to that point, but I feel like I'm definitely a middle ground person, so I feel like that's actually correct. I'm 53% observant more than intuitive. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. I'm in the middle. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. I'm 61% feeling and 39% thinking? That's how I deal with emotions? And how I make my decisions? I don't know if I agree with that. I think a lot. I'm like in the middle with all of these things. The only one that's like a mega difference is nature, the trait how I determine decisions and deal with my emotions. But identity, this trait, underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I'm 51% turbulent and 49% assertive. I don't even know what that means. Okay, adventure personalities are true artists. Okay, now we know this is wrong. I'm not an artist. But not necessarily in the typical sense where they're painting happy little trees. Okay, thank you for explaining yourself. I feel like it's just like a horoscope. Adventurers enjoy upsetting traditional expectations with experiments in beauty and behavior. Chances are they've expressed more than once the phrase, "don't box me in." You can't control this! That's what I've always said. You can't control this! They're happy to be who they are. That's true. I'm definitely an introvert, surprising their friends further when they step out of the spotlight to be by themselves to recharge. Oh, so it's saying it's surprising that we're introverts and people are confused by it when we recharge by being by ourselves. That is me. It's like I'm reading a horoscope. Like whatever it says, like I can find some way to fit it in my life, even if I don't agree with everything. Gambling and extreme sports are more common with this personality type. If I lived near a casino, I think I would have an issue. But that's so I don't gamble because I know it could be an issue, therefore I don't gamble. Okay, this last sentence describes me perfectly. Adventurers also enjoy connecting with others and have a certain irresistible charm. My roommate in college, Jenna Gully, my favorite. She was a random in our group of 3 of us already, so she was a random 4th, and she always said she was determined to never be friends with us. She already had her friends, she just needed a place to stay, but we were in college, they like randomly assigned her to our little housing unit, and she said she couldn't resist my charm and had to just fall in love with me as a friend. She always talks about this like weird charm I have that I can get anyone to be my friend if I want. So that's the darn tootin' truth. If you had to live in a state other than California, where would you live and why? I used to be like Hawaii, but I've decided I'm only gonna visit. That's their land. That is the Hawaiians' land. That's not my land to purchase. So I randomly was like, Colorado seems fun. I don't know why. When I read that question, I was like, Colorado. So I've been there, I think once. I've been to Boulder, Colorado. Seemed nice. If you could be anything but a YouTuber, what would you be? Either a dog trainer or a furniture maker. I got this and I laughed. Did you run out of ideas? Wait, didn't you hate Q&As? Okay, I've decided to do a Q&A once every 6 months. Just to do a little update in case there's anyone new here. Just a little life update. My opinions change. My thought process changes, and that's okay because I grow and change as a human. Therefore, my thoughts should grow and change. So, you know, doing constant little question updates is fine. But yeah, I ran out of ideas. No, I have a calendar full of ideas, and I ordered a bunch of stuff from Wish and something like Create and Innovate, like 2 other websites. And because of COVID, understandable, not upset, just explaining, everything's super delayed. So I have all these video ideas and I have products coming in the mail, but it's just taken, you know, a year and a half, which like, I'm patient, I'm fine, but now I'm just like, oh, I didn't plan for that delay. So now I'm like trying to think of video ideas. It's an issue, but a Q&A is something I can do without products. So here we are. What made you go vegan? I know I've done 2 vegan questions, and like people always are like, the thing about vegans is they have to let everyone know that they're vegans. I didn't know that was a stereotype until I became vegan. I guess I started following more vegan stuff. But the only reason I mention this is because it's actually 3 years ago I decided I wanted to be vegan when I was on book tour. I don't remember what it was, but I was by myself. I did book tour by myself, which was lonely. I mean, I'd meet all you guys, guys, but then I was by myself for the 22 other hours in the day. So I did a lot of thinking, and I was like, I want to be like, I want to fight more for like animals. I wanted to do things for animals and stuff. And I texted my sister and I said, can I be an animal rights activist without being vegan? And she said, no, you'd be a giant hypocrite. And I said, thank you, noted. So I want to be an animal rights activist, but I would be a giant hypocrite if I still ate meat and dairy, because those are animals. So it was in the back of my head. I was like, I could do it. I could go vegan. And then Matt watched a documentary and was like, we're going vegan. I was like, okay. So we decided to try it. I fell in love with it. He like will eat cheese every once in a while. Sometimes he eats chicken, but it's very rare. I eat completely vegan, and the house is mainly plant-based. But yeah, it was like I wanted to be an animal rights activist. He watched a documentary, we tried it, and I fell in love with it. That's all it was. I know it's hot in here. He's panting so much. I know it's hot and you can't do heat very well. Would you ever foster a dog? I've thought about this. I originally was like, why don't we foster dogs instead of adopting dogs? And Matt was like, because you wouldn't ever give any of them back. I was like, that's darn tootin' true. My dogs will live forever, but one day they might end up going to a farm and living, you know, without me. You know, once they turn like 13 or 14, that might happen, but they will never die. But I was thinking after that, I might foster senior dogs, because I've done a puppy. I got him as a puppy. I don't need that, don't need that. And I'm really good with older dogs, I just discovered. And I like retraining dogs. Snoop was really fun to retrain. And if, you know, they're messed up, I can blame their past, and it wasn't my fault. If he does something wrong, it's all me. So I was thinking maybe, how old are you? 3? In like 10 years, 9, 10 years, I might foster senior dogs. Which one of your nephews is most like you? Jake. Jacob was me as a child. Building, Legos, curious, wants to invent things. He thinks he's building a rocket ship out of a piece of wood, a stick, and a hammer, even doesn't he doesn't have a nail. Like, that was me. I was always trying to expand my treehouse. I was always building things with Legos. The only thing that's different is the Star Wars and the Harry Potter, because I didn't watch those growing up. Jake is me, I am Jake. Jake's also obsessed with sports. So yeah, Jake and I are pretty much the same. Obsessed with Grandpa, my dad. I mean, but who isn't? He's perfect. Drink some water, stay hydrated, you matter. Are you mad I didn't share? All Things Internet, one of my merch mugs. Link in bio. What side of TikTok are you on? Okay, I saw this when I did a Q&A for my podcast. Someone was like, what side of TikTok are you on? And I said, hey, aren't they genres? But apparently you guys call them sides, and it's what comes up on your feed. So like, what comes up on your feed is what side of TikTok you're on. I see dog stuff, political stuff, and like independent comedy things. Like, not like, I don't get challenges or dances. Why are you softly licking yourself? You wanna see his teeth? Show everyone your teeth. Arrgh. Sorry, I got distracted. So that's what side I am. I don't know what that means. I don't know if there's a name for that, but that's what pops up on my feed. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. I'll be doing another one in 6 months. Who knows what my opinions and thoughts will be then. Oh, I do have another thought. Arrest the murderers of Breonna Taylor. Also, those Black innocent lives did not hang themselves in trees as suicide. They were lynched. Those are also some thoughts I had. Do you have the same thoughts? Black Lives Matter? Oh, yes they do. I love you guys. Subscribe to see videos every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel. Like this video if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe to my vlog channel. I post about 3 times a week. Try to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also my podcast channel, All Things Internet. New episodes every Monday with my mom. Anything else? Don't be racist, you stupid buttheads. Yeah, that's it. All right then. I'm out. Deuces.